Hello, welcome to another edition of Afro Zone iAfrica SL on our Facebook and YouTube channel. And I'm your host, Ambassador Bash. And today I have one of Sierra Leone's finest media practitioner and also an entrepreneur, and someone that established something for the very first time in the history of Sierra Leone where babies can have their wonderful breaths and all. So don't go nowhere. I'll be right back shortly. And she goes by the name Sonia Jaffal. It's Afro Zone on iAfrica SL. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, and now I have with me Sonia, all the way here from The View. I know you love the atmosphere.
Of course, it's wonderful.
Your first time being here?
It is my first time. I actually had to round the whole building trying to find my way out.
So you had to go through all the 15th story?
I did.
Just to get here?
If I had to tell somebody that, one of the security, I said, please, you have to come with me or else I'll get lost in this place. So he literally brought me all the way up and all these things.
Hi.
So yeah, it was easy through him.
How have you managing your time? Because so much to handle from the professional part and that of your personal life.
Okay, I would say what I did was to try and balancing it. So for now, I'm more about presenting. I don't do reporting anymore at the SLBC. So I'm literally there to just present programs and everything. So I literally have enough time to manage my studio and of course my personal life. But of course, regardless, it will still be hectic. Yeah. Sometimes time isn't really enough for us, but it's going well so far. Let's
go down memory lane and blend your moment at the Honor Walsh and compared to that of Lebanese International School. Tell us more. How was it like?
Actually, for Lebanese International School, I started there since kindergarten all the way to class 5 because we didn't have class 6. We never did the MPSC thing and all. And then I transferred to the Annie Walsh. I used another school to do the MPSC examination and then went to the Annie Walsh, which was just for 1.5 years per se. And then I returned back to Lebanese school. But it was quite a great experience at the Annie Walsh. I get to, meet people from different backgrounds, different culture. With that of Lebanese school, it's more about, the Lebanese side of it and all these type of things. But I'm pleased and I'm so happy that I actually get to experience, my own local government school in my country. Yeah. It was a great experience, though I didn't really take that much time there, but it was quite well.
Was media part of the plan, or you just grew love for media as time progresses?
Yes, I've always admired people growing up when I see them on TV, but initially I wanted to become a lawyer. But my mom always frowned at that in all these things. The mentality of our old parents sometimes saying, oh, if you go there, bad things will happen to you. Oh, you have no right to judge people, blah, 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 blah. So what I did was, okay, well, let me find something that can link to that and let me try to boost my talking confidence and everything. Because regardless, journalism and that of lawyers, well, there's not much difference. You have, research, investigation, asking questions, and all. It's literally the same thing. So that was what I said, okay, let me go study broadcasting, and then probably from there I'll be able to convince my mom, because regardless I don't want to go against her words, but the best thing to do is to prove her wrong, for her to understand I'm actually able and I'm capable, and then it's really fine. So yes, so that's it. That's how I actually got an interest in this whole journalism thing.
So how do you rate the experience from FT and compared to what you are having now at the SLBC?
It's literally the same because, the late Olumama was, he was everywhere in this whole journalism place, in all these media stations and all. So he was the one who literally taught me. And he was the first person to put me on TV. It wasn't an easy journey for the beginning.
Action, camera, all those things. It's scary for the first.
Yes, the first thing I did well.
So you got mute?
No, the first thing was fine. The second was a disaster.
Wow.
But he's quite an interesting person with a working personality. Too sad and too bad he had to leave us so early. So it was easy through him, and then blend into that of the SLBC. But I got to really experience more things at the SLBC because I was doing more of reporting. And I initially went there for my internship when I'm trying to leave my university. And then after the whole internship, I was told to continue and to retain as a staff there. So I learned a lot, being the fact that I'm among, well-experienced people such as Hawa Barry, Salmata Ba, Kapua, and the rest of them all. It's an open-hand place. They give you opportunity to explore and to do whatever it is as long as you're going towards the right direction. And I feel so pleased. I have no regrets going there at all because I get to learn so much. It's rather unfortunate that, I didn't continue with the whole reporting because I have so many other businesses and things to handle. It's really, we have to survive.
I know, yes. I know you now you're just a main presenter, just anchor,
exactly.
and move things around. Yeah. Are there times in this entire career path where you felt intimidated? Maybe people will tell you, say, come on, because you find you this, you that, you all them things in there. Most times they can come into play.
And truth be told, such really have never happened to me, I would say. Maybe because I'm an open spirit person, I get to mingle with everybody. Or maybe it's because, how shall I say, usually they'll say people with, color, looks and all these things feel proud to, or how shall I say, take them to feel too good for themselves and all these things. But I'm literally not that type of person. I mingle with everyone. So probably, maybe that's the reason why I never really got any sort of negative feedback from people. I've never really experienced such, and everybody appreciates me for what I do and the little things that I do. I even tend to shy away sometimes. I even avoid the whole media thing, but I have people that continue to push me, so never really experienced that, to be honest.
Let's look at time at the university, and it's advanced compared to what Sierra Leone used to offer. That's never a secret, in terms of the practical things. In the past, they would tell you people will have access to all the learning institutions in Sierra Leone, but they lack the practical part of things. That has been theory and all. But for your own university, it's different.
Absolutely, it is different. I would say, in fact, the whole, talking in public or public speaking, I would say started from my university. Through the whole presentation, and it's compulsory. And especially the course I was studying, which is multimedia advertising and broadcasting. Although at the end of the year you have to actually have something that you have to major in. It's full of practical courses. We probably might have something like 7 subjects. We'll only take 2 as a theory exam. The rest will all be through practical basis. And it's compulsory that you go out, do your research and everything, and then bring, and then you take pictures. And then if those lecturers do not see your face in that pictures, that means you didn't take part. You're definitely not going to get a mark. So it's compulsory. So it was really enforced, And I really enjoyed my time at the Lincoln, though I'm still there, the whole situation where the students are supposed to graduate. So we're on continuation. Hopefully very soon the whole graduation thing will be over with. But I will recommend my university for sure. The environment, the lecturers and everything, they give you time. Can you imagine for a university in Australia? We all know the other university, the things that they go through. If a student take their assignment and you probably didn't go do it the right way with the format and all, they'll ask you to go do it again. They'll literally tell you that, okay, no, you made a mistake. This is not the right way. This is the right format and everything. I believe in other universities, of course they don't tolerate such. They'll just give you a fail mark and all. And these are the type of atmosphere and type of lecturers that we should have in the country. Sierra Leone has literally, how shall I say, the top universities, they make education so difficult. They make it so, how shall I say, discouraging, and that shouldn't be really the case. It should be an environment full of happiness, joy, and willingness, and make it easy for people. That way we get to have a lot of doctors, a lot of lawyers, a lot of people, especially doctors, because those are one of the most critical area. We see a lot of people failing from the medical students and all these things, and it's quite too much. It's really quite too much because you see a lecturer will only go when they feel like going. But with my university, can you imagine every 2 to 3 months they have a slip that is going around for students, appraisal form of teachers. So imagine if you do not fall in the right category of student, you're gone.
They will tell you that our lecturer is not performing.
Yes, we've seen 2 lecturers actually, left the university because we're having issues with them. They wanted to bring the whole same, whole system of, money and things like that. And then when the appraisal form came out, we did our job. And then he left.
How do you cope with the parents when you tell them that you're a young CEO?
You will be amazed. Sometimes when clients go to the studio And I'll just be sitting there. They're like, where's Sonia? I'm like, that's not. They said, that's not true. I'm like, what's wrong? Why am I not capable? And all. They're like, no, we're expecting an elder person. I'm like, no, listen, the young generation and the youth are changing the narrative right now. I said, for us now, this generation, we are not going to be job seekers. We're going to be job creators. I said, so get used to that. From now on, you'll be seeing a lot of CEOs.
But the initiative is different. We have had and seen a lot of studios in Sierra Leone, but yours is totally different. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the very first official in Sierra Leone.
It is the first, actually. Well, I would say, I always tell people I actually got two double blessings because I traveled to overseas to have my child. And I'm always on the social media trying to look for things because I wanted to take a perfect picture. But within that whole situation, the whole coronavirus just break out and all these things. And then I saw this, a nice kid studio on Instagram with, babies looking so fancy, looking so cute and all. And then I booked a session for my child. And what really got me inspired was when I went there, the photographer is a female. The creative director is a female. Literally everybody in the whole room is females. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So I did my photo session and I told them, I said, we do not have such in our country. And I'd like to actually, extend this idea to my country. At first they were, scared, maybe thinking that, it's a competition. And I showed them, I said, listen, I'm not from here. I'm only here because of my child and all these things. So they helped me out with all the information. And of course, through the internet, I went and did a lot of research, practicing for myself. And immediately I got here, that was the first thing I embarked on. Actually, I reached out to a lot of top studios, I won't call names, a lot of studios to partner with them, but nobody really understood my idea. So I'm like, okay, I will not sit back and just relax because nobody believes in my idea. So I went to marketplaces, talk to parents and say, okay, you have a baby, do you mind if I do a photo session of the baby? I will be responsible for everything. And then give them their own little tip. And also I went to, actually the first people that I started was Lens Studio, because all the photographers, they were my friends and all from university. So to do the photo session, I opened my Facebook page and I start posting myself, do 1, 2 or 3, and then from there I start having clients calling for my service.
Babies Props by Sonia.
Yes, clients start calling for my service.
I like the name.
Thank you. Clients start calling for my service, and then that of also different studios calling for my service, and that's really how it all started. And then when things start going on, well, these studios that I called at first,
they want to partner with you. That's life.
No.
So it's purely for babies.
Yes, mainly for babies. We do, although right now, adults are frowning. They want me to be doing the decorations for them to take pictures. But of course, I don't mind doing that. I do. But if you notice, I still don't post them. I'm more focused on my babies because I want to ensure that it's different from the rest. And that was exactly the whole. You
should be known for something.
Yes.
As soon as they say babies, they know it's really attached to Sonia.
Yes.
That's fine.
Whatever things for adults I can do, but it won't be posted on my page. That's for sure.
I'll bring you back. I will talk about you, the event planner.
Trust me, they've come up with the whole idea. They've been telling me, I'm like, it will be something to actually embark on going forward, but that would be too much for me to do all at once. Although yes, would not just capture the moment. We'll also cover kids events with special packages. Okay, if you want us to actually cover your kids event, we have facilities such as we'll create a photo booth banner for you. We'll frame one of your favorite picture. You do pre-birthday photo shoots, and then also including photos and videos depending on the package.
Wow.
Just literally everything about me. I like to be different. I don't want to be doing the same thing that everybody.
Sonia, when I bring you back, I look at affordability, because most times people say, this is so expensive. But at the end of the day, if you come closer, there are things that they can afford. Yes,
so my price, I would say it's quite different. But then the reason being is I literally order all of my stuff from Amazon.
But let go for a quick break and we'll come back and talk about the Amazon thing. You're still with Afro Africa SL, and I have with me Sonia Jaffal, and we're talking about her career pathway and also the Baby's Props by Sonia. Don't go nowhere, I'll be right back shortly. yes, and welcome back. Sonia, expensive, affordable, or in between?
I would say affordable.
Okay.
Because we need to be fair to ourselves.
Yeah.
Imagine I have to order from Amazon, or whenever I travel, I buy items, ship them. Amazon, taking an order, I get delivered, in the US, and then I have to pay DHL fee. Sometimes it costs me like $1,000 just for items to come in just a small box and all these things. So it's very, very expensive. The thing about me, I like to, provide quality. It's not about the quantity and everything. I like to provide quality stuff because I like quality things. So I always tell people, it's either you can afford or can't afford, but there is no way I can go below, because up till now I'm still trying to reach to, still trying to retrieve my profit, because I'm still buying. I'm literally buying every single day. I don't like to be doing the same decorations all the time. I get excited when I do them. Although I have clients, when they say, "Oh, I want this exact one," I don't mind. Okay. But to get my materials is hectic. It's quite expensive. I even try to look for a lot of people in the country. People that be doing the carving and everything. But guess what? They're hard to find, and then they really don't do it properly as you want them to be done. So I have no choice.
So how accessible is the studios?
So every day, actually, firstly I started with the whole booking thing, but Australians were not used to this whole booking situation. They'll just pop up and all this thing, and there's no, I would say, "Oh, please go back and book now."
It's morning.
So now, yes, who wants to book? I always advise you. It's best that you book, so that way I can be fully prepared for you, and you can have an extraordinary decorations. But if you do not book, I'll just give you whatever it is that I can. But of course, if it's best as well, but they're not used to the booking stuff, so I'm just adapting to whatever it is that my clients want me to adapt to.
Any plans of doing an extra business, or you just want to promote this to the highest height?
Yes, there are a lot of plans because I have people coming from Mahini just to come take pictures, from Kabbalah and that of Kenema, those 3 places. So I'm working towards, hopefully soon, but I need to get somebody on that side to have a little branch from that side, because people, they be coming. Is it like 10 sometimes? Probably in 2 or 3 within the 6 months, I've been getting people, and they be asking, "Oh, why is it just based in Freetown and all these things?" So one of such facility here as well for our kids and all. So I'm really considering that. Although it's going to be cost efficient and all these type of things, but I need to look into it as to expand my business. And of course, that of the decoration side for the birthday parties and everything, but all those things require space, money, and everything, and time. I'm working towards them to ensure, but it's a gradual process. But yeah, I do plan on extending, and I'm going to also extend, which that will be opening very soon, which is a tailoring shop. I don't want, because I hear a lot of clients complaining about tailors disappointing them with their kids' clothes and things like that. So I want to, take all
just on the same line.
Exactly.
From the pre-production parts to the presentation.
So all you have to do is just, come bring your design. My tailors will do everything, and then you come book a session, and then your clothes is there. So it makes it easier for you.
And in the long run, will we still have you in the media landscape?
Of course, I'm never.
I'm just seeing you moving away, bit by bit.
No, never, never. I honor all my schedules, and I just don't do reporting for now. I do more of the presenting, and I'm definitely not going to leave that, because it's I love being on TV. I enjoy it, something that I really love, and it's a great platform also for my business. Okay. So I'm definitely not leaving that place.
So yeah, is the Alexa basically supporting the business with the TVC?
Oh yes. Trust me, all my colleagues, they all come to my studio to take pictures of their kids and all. They air my little, adverts and things like that. They're very, very supportive, and they're all happy for me. If they were not happy for me, there is no way they would have granted me that, the luxury to say, okay, you're just to present and then go do your business. But they're very supportive, and they agree to me just doing the presentations of programs or news and nothing more.
You do support other people a lot, from the film industry, activisms, and things that have to do with campaigns, education, and all. Most times I see your pictures around.
Yes, I just tell not to. I do. I just, I do my little that I can to that of helping people, really. But I don't like posting those things or sharing. Even I always tell them you don't have to share.
No, they share.
Of course, they will still share. But I do the little that I can. It makes me feel good to see that I'm able to help other people in need. And I enjoy doing it because it's a blessing for me, for my family, for everybody else around me. And to be able to bless other people, it's very, very good. Even for my studio, we don't just take pictures. I have an annual event, another event's coming. Last year we did an event where, the money that we raise, we donate it to kids on the street and all these things, trying to make sure kids are, providing for the kids that are not able to provide. So I just do, little things there and there.
You like it on the low?
Exactly.
So, social media handles, and how can someone visit the studios, the address and all?
Yes, well, for Instagram, for TikTok, and also for Facebook, it's Baby's Props by Sonia. And if you want to contact me on the line, it's +232 765627 or 24. And the location is 19 Hennessy Street, King Tom. So those are, I'm everywhere.
No. Thank you so much, Sonia, for taking your time joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you the very best, and we need more fellow change makers like you.
Definitely, for sure.
So we can help change the narrative.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So many thanks to Sonia Jaffal, our special guest for today for this edition of AfroZone. We'll now join Iwan Kanu for our Innovation and Entrepreneurship corner. Till then, I've been your host, Ambassador Bash, and keep watching AfroZone iAfrica SL.
Hello and welcome to the Innovation and Entrepreneur Corner. And I am Ibrahim Kanu. On this edition, it is a pleasure hosting Alpha Jane. He is a content creator, an entrepreneur, a songwriter, and the CEO of Boku Talk TV. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So let's talk about your daily activities in trying to make space for your career interests as an entrepreneur, songwriter, and a content creator and the CEO of Boku Talk TV. So how does you manage time to fit into all those activities?
Well, I would say it's very difficult sometimes, but it takes commitment, dedication to doing what I'm doing right now. Because I started doing music way back in 2010, and I recorded my first featured song in 2011 with Roland, a song called Catch Me at the Top, with a lot of new talent that time. So it's been difficult. It's been difficult, but now I do manage my time to actually get to all of this, being a content creator, also an entrepreneur, and trying to work on my business, and also as bringing in my music career as well. As a lot of people really do not know that I really do music. I do write raps and do music as a professional career also. So I do manage my time sometimes. I know sometimes I always get up at night to write my music. Sometimes I'll say, okay, I need to write content, I need to develop my content, I need to go out there and shoot. And sometimes when I get hired to do some of this work. So it's difficult, but I do find time.
Which one among your activities interests you the most?
Content creating, because developing content, writing content, I actually go there, I can shoot, I can do everything in terms of content. So I do think that content it's the first thing of all my career. Second to rap, music. Yeah.
So actually, how did you get into content and creation?
Well, I met with a friend, and I guess it was in 2016. He's a well-known graphic designer right now. His name is Cash Kid, and Paulo Camara, formerly known as Cash Kid. And we went to business together. We actually come up with. He was the CEO of True Hits Entertainment by then, so we came together and started working together. Since then, I started having this interest for content, and then we rebranded to True Hits Multimedia, and we registered True Hits Multimedia as a company. I worked with him for a while, and I was back then the managing director of True Hits Multimedia. So that got me into content creation.
So let me bring you back to your career as an artist. Yeah. How you felt when one of your song titled Mosquito was featured on Trace Niger?
Well, it's amazing for me because I was happy in a way that because
you're so impressed.
This was our first single as a group. Shout out to Tenacity Entertainment Limited. So I have calls, text messages from friends. Oh, we saw your video on Trace Niger. We saw your music. So I feel like my career is developing as a musician in that part because for my song going international in such platform, I think it's something huge.
So what that means for the entertainment industry?
I think it's something big that we should embrace. And I know, like Nigeria, you see what happened at BET Awards, Wizkid receiving awards at BET, Thames, Fireboy having the platform to perform, introducing Afrobeat. I think it's something we should be happy about in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leonean music crossing borders, going beyond Sierra Leone.
Before I leave you, did you convince that your record label, Tenacity, has the might to make you the artist you want to become?
Yes, of course. First of all, if Tenacity was not the right record label for me, I shouldn't have signed because I have a professional record deal with Tenacity. And by the way I'm saying things, I think the next 5 years, I think we're going to do something huge.
So what would be your word of advice or inspiration to young people out there?
Well, I always say be consistent, be committed to whatever you do. Don't listen to whatever people have to say to you as long as you know it's something positive. You know, I'll say do something that you know the soul is happy. You understand? It's for you, it's for nobody else, it's for you. So I'll say to young people, be creative, be focused on what you like, and just go for it. And back it up with education. Education is the key to everything. And one thing is, focus on something else like a side hustle and skills. If you have a skill, develop it and focus on both. You can do it. Then you can be somebody that will be successful, someone.
Your social media handles, if people want to contact you?
My social media handles, you can check me on Instagram at jjb_Motolani and on Facebook at jjb_Motolani also. And you can also check my personal page on Facebook at Jaffal and on Twitter, jjb_Motolani. So that's it.
Thanks for coming. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks to our guest, Alpha Jane. He's a content creator, an entrepreneur, and also the CEO of Boko Talk TV. And thanks and appreciation to the rest of the team on AfroZone. To our viewers, please continue to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to all our social media pages. I am Ibem Kanu, and watch out for our next edition on AfroZone.